remember the date if there is one. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat and Mr. Creole Catfishing. What's going on, my Cajun brother?
Oh, missing the river, I'm looking to get back out. I'm itching bad. It's that time of year. It's fall. The bite is hot. Everybody's catching big fish. Which, speaking of that, I want to say big congratulations to Miss Telly Lee, Mrs. Hooks and Hammocks, brand new PB, 69 pounds and some change. I don't remember what the decimals is. I think 69.4 or something like that. Huge blue cat. Congrats to her. Awesome fish. And awesome job by her Joey husband for getting that fish in the boat for her. Very nice job.
That's half the battle right there. You always hear the story of the big one that got away or whatever. Getting it to the boats is only just a small percentage of the problem. Getting it from the water into the boat, that's where most people struggle for various different reasons.
Yep.
We
a lot of nice fish get lost right at that boat.
You don't have much. You don't have any line stretch left. Most people get anxious when they see that big fish. They forget to breathe and relax and take their time and think it through. They just, the guy with the net sometimes just gets super excited and, lunges and jabs at the fish. And, that just makes things worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Give me just a second here. If you don't mind, go ahead and we'll say some hellos while we're waiting. Joey says he's having some troubles with StreamYard.
Okay. Got you. So, kind of say hi to everybody in chat. The first name I see on the list, Miss Queen Catfishing, Miss Tanya Hollis. What's going on? I see my buddy Brian with Big Ranch Catfishing. I see my other buddy Brian B. What's happening? Fishing by Faith, Mr. Jeff Barker. My boy, Ryan Bortz, Blue Collar Fishing. What's going on, Ryan? Good to have you in chat, man. Whisker Dreams in the house, Mr. Dale Hayslip, Mr. Paul Boyd. I see Possum Outdoors is in the house, Mr. Jimmy Geiger. See Mr. Dale. I think I said Dale Hayslip already, but you know what? I'm going to say him again.
It's worth it. It's worth it. I see a couple channel members in here that, of course, their names kind of pop out to us, but we got Brian Enix, Catfishing Dreams, Mr. Harold Bolton, and Mr. Whitey Fry. Some channel members have jumped in already. Thanks for tuning in.
That's awesome. I see Ripping Lips Fishing in the house. Let's see who we got. Mr. Jimmy Graham is in the house. Let's see. Everybody's starting to come in now. Okay. Fishing with JBT. What's going on, man? Good to have you in the house. All right. And as we get more people in chat, we'll call everybody out. We'll highlight the comments. You know how we like to do it. We like to recognize everybody.
We like to recognize everybody. We know that Kelly has still got a show going on over there with Lyle and Chad. Yep. I just don't know how many times a week I can see Chad's face. You know what I mean? We already had him on Monday night, and now we got him on Tuesday night, and then we're going to have him again on Thursday night. I mean,
Thursday night. That's a lot of Chad.
That's a lot of Chad.
That's a lot of Chad.
Now he's going. Yeah. He ain't gonna watch this anyway, so we can say whatever we want.
He ain't watching it.
Oh, hey, let's. What I'm going to do then? We were going to bring Joey on, and he's still working on it. He's saying it's wanting him to download StreamYard, which it's not a download. It's not even a. Yeah, that's odd. It's not even a download. It's a website.
That is very odd.
So anyway, I'm working through him. Ryan said Joey ain't smart enough to operate his phone. Well, I could put myself right there.
When you've never gone live before and it's the first time and you got to click the links and get everything going, it can be a challenge. Trust me. We sometimes take it for granted because we do this a lot, but it is a nightmare sometimes the first time.
Yeah, we got you. No, I'll bring that up.
Brian talking about Chad.
We got some. We had somebody found some Oscar Mayer licorice flavored hot dogs.
Ew.
I'm not putting them on the boat. I don't care.
Why? Just why?
I don't get it.
I don't.
So anyway,
I could make a joke about Never mind. I'm not even getting into that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There was
different show.
That's right.
That's a different show. Miss Michelle, what's going on? And look,
Hello, Michelle.
Speaking of Miss Telly, there she is in chat. Again, congratulations on that monster blue cat. Do you know that her and Chris both now have bigger PBs than I do?
Really?
They both do. Yeah, Telly got me beat. Telly got me beat by like 8 pounds. Yep. Now that is something I'm going to have to remedy, but for the time being, she got me beat. But that's okay. That's a challenge right there.
I don't remember to share screen down at the bottom. It says present instead of share.
I know mine does too.
It's still doing the same thing.
Okay. But, until you said something, I didn't notice that either. Yeah, the buttons did change.
I just looked down there so I can bring this other thing up. So while Joey's trying to get his stuff together over there, because Joey's going to come on, he's going to talk about a great event that he's got coming up this weekend, which is the Patriot Catfishing Inc. Tournament they got coming up. But we've also got something local here in Ohio. So I was going to use this spare time right here. We could talk about this real quick because this is another great event coming up. This is brought to you by the Ohio Hills Catfish Club. And this is going to be a benefit tournament for Todd Anderson. Unfortunately, he lost his better half suddenly. And, as anyone can imagine, that brings on a lot of stress and a lot of expenses and whatnot. And while in most cases, nothing we could say or do will help in most parts, those guys decided to bring this event together and just kind of show our support for him and, let him know that we're all here for him. And so it's actually turned out to be quite the event. I'd have to ask somebody to double check. Last I saw, we were at almost 40 boats.
Wow. Nice.
For a benefit tournament. And it's a $50 pay per person buy-in. And the payback will be 50% of donations. And so this will be going on down at Gallipolis, Ohio. If you're familiar with the area, we'll be launching out of the Gallipolis boat ramp. Fishing starts at 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Fog permitting. Obviously, you guys know this time of year can get pretty dangerous at times. Hey, thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, brother.
Can get pretty dangerous at times. So they're going to put the safety of everybody first. Yeah. There's going to be all kinds of giveaways, stuff being raffled off, 50-50 drawings. They said look for some food vendors possibly down there. It's shaking up to be a really cool event. I'm going to go fish this event. If you guys remember, over the summer, I went to Sandusky Bay and fished with a friend of mine, Mark Mitchell, and he is my partner for this tournament. Zach has been pulling some crazy overtime at work, trying to complete a project. And if all goes well, knock on wood. Oh, here comes the dogs.
Look out. Here they come.
If all goes well, the weekend of the 16th, I believe, we might be heading to Tennessee River. I'm not sure what part yet. We don't ever. Here's the thing I love about traveling with Zach is we don't really have an itinerary. It's every day is fly by night. We'll go fish an area, and if we fish it 2 or 3 days and it's just not doing what we want to do, we'll just up and go somewhere else. And we might fish 3-4 different areas of the. Hell, we started out on the Mississippi River on one trip fishing Mud Island below Memphis, and we fished it for 3 days and we caught some good fish. And after a while, we were like, "Man, I miss Tennessee." I don't know if it was so much the river or the people in Memphis.
You see, y'all messed up. What y'all should have done was just put the boat in the river and just keep coming south.
Just let it go.
Just let it come on down. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hey, Matt, this will be down at Gallipolis, same boat ramp that Bink and Janet Fox had their event at this season. We're all going to be there. Even if you can't make it and get in the event, come to the weigh-in and just, it's like a family reunion. If you've been to one of these events, which Matt caught the tail end of the Bink and Janet Fox tournament.
Yeah.
These turn out to be just fantastic events where, you're just seeing faces and meeting up with people that you haven't seen in a long time or have never maybe even met. Hey, there's Paula Smith. She's probably sitting up on top of the mountain. That poor girl has not had internet service for 2 months.
Wow.
I talked to her for a while on the phone last night, and I was like, where are you at? She's like, I'm sitting on top of the hill. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She has no service at her house. She has to go park on top of a hill to get service.
Yeah, I may have to have Paula confirm a rumor for me, but privately. Hopefully it's not true what I heard today on Facebook or of possibly someone famous is passing. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right.
If it's true, Paul will know what I'm talking about.
If it's
but
true,
hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, hopefully that's not the case.
That's right. She confirmed she's on top of the hill.
Top of the hill. There we go.
Hey, Miss Jerry Parker's in the house. What's up?
Jerry Parker. What's going
James
on, brother?
Smith.
Yeah. Oh man.
I missed whatever. I've been busy.
Well, I guess I can go ahead and announce it in Facebook, but I don't know when. I don't know if it was yesterday or whenever, but apparently we have lost a legend of country music. Miss Loretta Lynn has passed. Yep.
Wow.
I was hoping, Connie, it wasn't true, but you know how that is. Yep, a legend.
We got somebody tuning in from Facebook. Hello and welcome. I'm way behind on all Facebook related anything. The first thing I saw when I opened up my Facebook today, which I think I've only opened it once or twice, was I can see it at the bottom of the screen. I'm like, is all this coming across?
Oh yeah, it'll mess with you because like you're looking at it twice.
Well, I can see it down there, and not everything on my Facebook feed I want to put up here. And
folks who've never done this before, we're trying to figure it out. Sometimes it looks like we've never done this before.
I was trying to find Telly's big fish here real quick to put on.
I've got. Hang on, I might be able to.
I'm going to get it. Don't you worry. I got it. I got it. Look at this fish, y'all.
Yeah,
60,
there she is.
69.5 pounds. Here, Brian sent us a picture. We might be able to zoom in on it. No, you can't zoom in on it. But yeah, that's a fantastic fish right there. I don't know. They said that was their first fish of the day, so there you go. That's what it's all about right there.
Yep, absolutely.
That is what it's all about right there. So some of you guys have seen my Facebook post yesterday. I think yesterday, last night, early this morning. I don't know. I'm just really over the whole walleye sinker thing.
I'm not over it yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not over it.
Not over it yet.
Nah.
It's just taken over my entire Facebook. That's why I ain't even getting on Facebook. It's all the same stuff. Very rarely do I see something that funny. Somebody comes up with something funny related to that. But
yeah.
So hey, no problem, Telly. That's a fantastic fish. No matter where you are in the country, that's a heck of a fish. A lot of people will never, ever have the opportunity to catch a fish that size. And I've only caught one that size in my entire life. And that, in that 60, 70 pound range. But in my opinion, here's what I think. I think.
Oh, taking shots. I love
it. Is he wrong?
No, he's not.
Is he wrong?
No.
Zach's in the house. What's up, brother? He's tuning in from work. We won't tell. In my opinion, the whole sinker thing is like this. There's so much crap out there to argue about. Everyone has an opposing opinion, and most people have good points in this, that, and the other. Here is one thing, black and white. You can jump behind and say that is wrong and be right. And it's an easy win. You're right. Yeah, they cheated. They should be banned, barred. As far as I'm concerned, go back as however long they've been competing, and I don't know, take the boats away, take the money back, have them pay. I don't know. I just got over it, so I put a post up there to show off some strange fish because it's Halloween. It's October. I love all the crazy stuff, and I still haven't heard from Joey yet, so.
I guess he's still having. I'm telling you, sometimes it's, people try to use StreamYard or something like that. It just gives them fits. It's crazy how that works. Sometimes it really does.
And see this comment right here, Brandon. I value Brandon's opinion because he's a very educated man. But I don't agree with this. I just don't think so. There's always been 1,000,001 ways to cheat.
Oh yeah.
Do you think this is the first time this has happened? Hell no. No. First
now,
time.
What I think it's going to do is I think it's going to affect some of these weigh-ins for a lot of people from here on out, because I bet you now that this has become so public that it's going to put all these other people on notice to say, hey, we need to really take a hard look at everything to make sure nobody's sneaking nothing by us. That I will say. It'll affect them, hurt them. I don't think so, but I see it coming. It's going to affect the way things are done just a little bit. That's what I think.
Yeah, I can see that. Hang on a second. We'll go get this back up here for get my groups back up there real quick. Try and get this back up real quick so we can see. So I'll just answer for him. This is going to be down Gallipolis. The benefit tournament is going to be Gallipolis, Ohio. And it'll be from 7 to 3, $50 a person to get in, and 50% payback. Here it is. So, I'm not sure if you need any more details. If you want any more information, I'd be happy to give it to you. It's open to the public. I don't know if I could scroll down here and check on this or not and see just how many people have signed up. Get Brian close there. Well, I don't want to keep going through there. I don't know what Tigger's doing there.
Who knows?
Yeah. So we'll all be down there. It's sure to be a good time, and all that. So, also, this Saturday we should have had the day 2 of So You Think You Can Fish tournament. And as the storms moved up the East Coast, there were several people who were going to be in the path or dealing with major aftermath of the storm. And, we decided to err on the side of caution and put safety first and say, hey, we can just postpone that day. We're just going to tack it on at the end. So there'll be a December date now.
Yep.
If this keeps changing, we'll end up going in next year.
Kelly said Freddie just caught a hog.
What?
They having a good day apparently.
Uh-oh. Well, we're waiting on pictures.
Yeah. I don't believe nothing until I see a picture. Or in Chris and Telly's case, get an extremely excited phone call. That was awesome to get that.
Did you get a phone call?
I did.
I did not get a phone call.
I did get a phone call.
Let me see.
I think half the reason for the phone call is because he was pretty certain that she had just beat my PB. Which I don't begrudge him a bit, because I would have probably done the same thing. I don't begrudge him a bit. Nope. I'd have done it too.
And while we have the opportunity here, we've started the signups for the Catfishing for Kids, which is going to be October 29th and 30th from 9 to 1. We did the 9 to 1 last year, and it seemed to work a little bit better with the shorter time frame. Kids get burnt out pretty easy. We want to make fishing fun and enjoyable and keep it lighthearted. And so having this event, run for a span of only 4 hours to get the kids out there and have a good time, was the mindset behind that. And so if you're interested in signing up, you can go to the Facebook page, Muskrat Adventure Facebook page, or go to the Muskrat Adventures community tab on YouTube and put your child's name in there, put their age in there for me. And we've got 2 days to choose from. If you have a preference on the date, go ahead and put your preference of date there. And as we get closer to the event, we'll take a look at the number of entries and number of days and see what we got. So I'll probably just let each one fill up and go from there. We may have to go to a wheel, but I think I might just leave it first come, first serve. But I just hate telling any kids no. So I don't know. We'll see. Tim Lane is saying, I pity the monster that crosses your path. Paula's been on a mission to break the state record down there in Tennessee for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the Tennessee record got broke, was just a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised it wasn't Paula's face on the head of the person holding the fish. So much so that I actually photoshopped her face onto it.
There you go. There you go.
James,
what
I got you,
what was that one? That was 118, I believe, was that one?
Paul, if you still in here, throw that up there. I do believe you're right. 118.
Almost positive it was 118.
Quiet Man Curtis is in the house. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
So let me, Jeremy, if you could take over for a few minutes, I'm going to try to go back here.
Okay. Brandon, not for the Tennessee record. I know there's been many records broken so far this year. I don't think I think this is the first new Tennessee record for this year, I believe. Not 100% on that. Fishing with a squirrel. What's going on, man? I went to click on the comment and that sucker jumped on me.
So what I'm going to try to do here real quick is
another benefit tournament from Miss Paula on the 29th. That's cool.
That's right.
Get it 118 on the Cumberland River. That's what I thought it was 118. That's a huge fish, but this is the way I've always looked at records. I don't care how big of a fish you catch. I don't care how big the record is. There's one bigger. There's one bigger somewhere. I've always said that. I don't care how big that fish gets. There's one that's bigger. Might take you a lifetime to find him, but there's always one bigger. Sean T, what's going on, brother?
Well, I'm going to do this just because I want to make sure that this stuff gets covered, because I know Joey is very passionate about this event, and unfortunately, it looks like he's having some sort of connection issues or some possible user issues. I'm not sure.
Oh, Lord.
Joey's a heck of a guy. So those of you that are here and I just got pictures from Freddie.
Oh, my messenger's going off too. Yeah. That's a nice one.
That is a good looking fish.
Yeah, they having a good night. That's nice. That's got to be what, 40 plus, 50 pounds, maybe a little more.
Yeah, Freddie's not a real small guy, so
no, I'll say between 45 and 55. I'll go ahead and something like that.
I'm airing closer to in the 40s.
Yeah,
I'm saying 40s, but that it's hard to really tell through a picture, to be completely honest.
I know. Look, pictures. I kept 2 pictures in my phone for the longest of me holding 2 separate fish. And you look at the 2 pictures, you swear the fish were 5 pounds apart at the most. fish were 25 pounds apart, one bigger than the other, but just the angle and everything else. And that's the same person holding it. You know, you can't, it's hard by a picture, especially for somebody you never met in person.
Oh man, he sent me the weight. You were way closer than I was.
Was I?
52.6.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be.
I've done this a couple of times. I've done this a few times.
I really thought it was going to be like mid 40, 46, 47.
Yep. Well, look, the way I look at it is they're fishing a lake. I find for a lake, for the length, the fish are heavier because they tend to get them big old bellies in them in the lakes, where I find our river fish are a little longer, a little leaner. It takes a longer fish to equal the weight because they're lean and all that current.
Right.
That's kind of the way I look at it.
No, I agree 100%, man. Totally. So that's a good fish. Congratulations to Freddie if you're listening. Yeah. If not, and you happen to catch us on the backside, congratulations, brother. That is fantastic.
You the man, brother. PBs all around. PBs for everybody.
Yeah,
for everybody.
Yeah, that's what Michelle says.
You need a PB. No problem.
Everybody gets a PB.
That's right.
Hey, so I'm just going to talk about this event real quick for Joey in case he does not make it in. He's going to have a lot more details and a lot more excitement. So hopefully he can still make it in. We're only halfway through the show. But this is the BKPC Nation Patriot Catfishing Benefit Tournament. All right. And this is a benefit tournament that these guys are doing out of Decatur, Alabama. So, you're talking about Wheeler Lake, which is Ingalls Harbor Pavilion. I've never been there. But I could tell you that through all the chit chat that we do back and forth between a small group of us, these guys are very serious about these types of events. I know he mixes in big time with the 22. Oh shoot, is it Foundation 22? Oh man, Is that the name of it?
Say it. That sounds awfully familiar.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think ahead of myself so I can go on to the next thing. But these guys do a lot for the for veterans, and
we were just talking about you, Chad.
Yeah,
wasn't good, but we were talking about you.
Yeah, Chadwick made it in. So if anybody's interested in this event and you're down that way, far south, and hey, there's Freddie. Man, good job, brother. Congratulations. That is a man right there. Fish.
Yes, awesome.
I know. I need to go. I want to go get a new PB. Everyone else is getting one.
I know, right? I'm about due for one. Usually about once a year I upgrade. I'm about due for one.
I'm going to be real honest. I'd be pretty pressed hard to beat mine. 78 pounds is quite a fish.
It can
I'd be happy with anything in between. I think the biggest fish up until that point was 55.3, which is my PB flathead.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's about due for a new PB, says Sean T.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to upgrade Sean T's PB. Every time he comes with me, we get him a PB. So hopefully we can keep that trend rolling.
And what is that now up to?
It is at 18.6, I think, 18.4, 18.6, something like that. He's only come with me twice, so before I got to be honest about that. 2 trips, 2 PBs. We're working on it.
So we're going to talk about this too, and I know she doesn't want the spotlight because she's. I'm probably going to get an angry phone call tomorrow, but. There's also a tournament coming up that I would have loved to have been in. Matter of fact, I'm honored and blessed and humbled that Paula called me and asked me to come down and fish with her on her own benefit tournament. Now she's not putting it on. People that care about her have stepped up and put this together. And we all have seen and know Paula's fight. You know, a lot of people don't like to put that stuff out in the air. And sometimes you just got to talk about it. You know, cancer ain't it's not the black web, you know, it's just part of life and death. And Paula has shared her journey with many of us. And so this event's going to be going on down there. It's a shame because Hogtober. There you go, Jerry. It's a shame because I really wanted to go fish this event with Paula, and then it's out of the Johnsonville boat ramp. Now, what doesn't that just call?
It just, you couldn't have made that up and be any better.
It has Muskrat written all over it.
I know, right? Oh
right
man,
there.
it does.
Matt says Paula is a true warrior. That's right, on and off the water. So I'm just going to go through and kind of give you the highlights of the details on this. I'm not going to read all the rules here, but just to intro right there, the event was put on by Lewis Miller and the Tennessee Mad Catters. As many of you know, Miss Paula Smith has been battling cancer for several months. Well, we've been keeping her and Ken both in our prayers. We wanted to do something to ease their burden. This event will be $100 entry with a pot split of 50-50 for Paula and a $25 for Big Fish. You know, and there's a lot of people that's donating. You know, the Bad Catters are donating $250 on top of that to Big Fish, and lots of other things, fun things going on with that event. Unfortunately, this happens to fall, as you guys can see up here, October 29th, which is my kids' tournament, and it breaks my heart that I had to tell Paula Smith no, but I don't want to disappoint the kids, and the kids look forward to this. What's up, Lyle?
What's going on, Lyle?
I love doing the kids event, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year. Yep. If you guys aren't familiar with the guest we were supposed to have on air tonight, which is Joey. Joey actually is the one who made all the kids' T-shirts.
DMV. What is going on, man?
Do what it be, brother.
I was going to try and say it, but I was going to trip all over it, so I'll let you do it.
No, I think I tripped too, but you was talking, and it just covered me up. Perfect. We're such a good team.
I can't do it like him. I can't. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but Joey did the T-shirts, he did the towels, and he made the kids' trophies for that event.
Yeah.
And even after the event was over, you know, there was a lot of kids. We had some bigger kids in the event, you know, and he sent a ton of shirts, but most of them were a lot smaller sizes, which, you know, I was able to give out quite a few. But when it was all said and done, there were some bigger kids that I didn't have sizes for. And he went back and printed off the sizes for each individual kid that didn't get one in the sizes I had available. And we got them all mailed out. So big, you know, just a big heart out of Joey. He's a big softy. You know, he does an awful lot for his community. He travels all over. He was just up in Sandusky Bay for the Jason's tournament up around Sandusky. And then now he's back down home and throwing another tournament down on Wheeler Lake. And, you know, if he could have been here this weekend for the 8th for I'm not part of this. I'm just fishing it. But for the fundraiser here at home, he'd been here too. What's up, Aaron?
Oh,
Catfish regulators. So, since how he's not on here, and I kind of went through and talked about the upcoming events. Let's talk fishing.
My favorite subject.
What do you think about that? Let's talk about fishing. So, we're dealing with. It's so crazy that I am dealing with higher than normal water levels, faster water.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear high water and fast water. I want to. Okay, I'll bring you back now.
What just happened? I just got kicked out of my own show.
That was a warning. But you're right. You're right. It's crazy how you're dealing with high and fast water, and I'm dealing with the complete opposite. The Mississippi is at record low water levels, record slow currents, it's when I actually stopped at one of the boat ramp I plan on using this afternoon on my way here, and I looked out in the river, and I actually thought for a second, like, man, I could possibly suspend drift in the middle of the Mississippi River, which that is unheard of to me, just absolutely unheard of. But I could, with my big weights, I could probably do it. That's wild. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah, that's hang on a second here. I was trying to click on this here. Yeah, that's
hey. But hang on a second here. Oh, got something. Wait. I heard voices.
You gotta let them voices go, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Well, those voices are telling me to go fishing, though. So I like those kind of voices. I like that.
I was trying to see who it was. Somebody said the fish got lockjaw. There it is. I was trying to figure out who that is. Lockjaw with the cold weather. I was trying to see who that was, because we also got War Pig up here. It says river's on fire.
Yeah, you see, the one good thing about, like in our case, the river being so low, those fish only have so many places to go now. It's confined them down, all these little side lakes and secondary channels and all this stuff that normally the fish are moving in and out of. To my knowledge, in my area, none of that is accessible now. All that's cut off because the water's so low. All they've got is the main channel and any scour holes and bank cut-ins off of that. That's all they've got to work with. So I'm hoping that makes my job a whole lot easier.
Well, see, in our area, extremely low water is completely different than your low water, because you've got 100-foot water.
I can still have a couple of spots that I can find 100 feet of water. Yeah, I still do.
Yeah. Bill Hopper saying he's got the best bite of the year so far going on right now.
Yeah.
I hope that continues, because we've also got that tournament coming up, the benefit tournament this weekend. And we've got a big cold front moving in. We're supposed to be in the 30s by the weekend, nighttime.
Wow.
Nighttime lows in the low 30s, 34, 5. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, and I heard the same thing from J-Dog that said that they found a car near the boat ramp there. That was before our water started going up.
Off the end of the ramp.
I've got it. I've been so busy. I haven't been fishing. I haven't been doing anything. Normally I still follow the river every day, looking at what's going on. But I just haven't. And so all of a sudden we've got all this water flow, and I'm like, where the heck did it come from? So I know that they're doing some dredging. They've been dredging. They were dredging anyway, Greenup Dam, and dropping mud right in the middle of the water. They would fill up a barge, take it out to the center, and drop it. Empty it, just one scoop at a time. Just take all the mud back out and drop it right there, and go back and get another barge.
Really? Wow.
But at that time, they were running 33,000. And I heard that they're also doing some dredging upriver at another dam. And there's an endangered mussel in that body of water that they do not want silted over. And so they said they were going to run the gates wide open for 7 days while they do the dredging, to make sure that the mussels do not get silted over.
So I don't know. So it blows it on down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know if that's what's going on, because, those were just kind of rumors. And, I did have a couple folks call me and say, hey, heads up, there's going to be some flow if you guys want to go bumping. Hey, Kelly, thanks for stopping in, brother.
Oh,
but we did not get that. We did not get very much rain. I know the storm, came through and dumped a lot of rain on most places, but it died right on the Ohio River line. I think I don't think it even made it into Ohio. So we did not get rain. So where all this water's coming from?
Yeah, we didn't get a drop of rain out of any of that.
Yeah. So.
I mean, and really, as far as here, our local rain does not affect the Mississippi River. It just doesn't. It's too big. Everybody else's rainfall affects what our river does here. That's the truth of it. You got to figure that river drains, a third of the country. So if everybody else north of us is getting rain, we see it down here. And from what I can see, ain't nobody else getting no rain.
Yeah, and that's it. I was watching, and nobody north of us got rain either. Because you're right. No. If the eastern side of the state gets dumped a bunch of rain on the Ohio River and all the tributaries, then PA, West Virginia, North Carolina, it all dumps in the Kanawha River and then into the Ohio.
Yeah,
that might be the contributing factor. I don't know what the Kanawha's got going on right now.
Yeah, that's what it's hard. It's hard to know sometimes. And another thing that affects us too is this time of year it should be already happening. I have not been in the Mississippi, and it's been over a month now, so I don't know what the water temperature is doing. But I'm expecting to see quite a difference in water temperatures since last time I was there, because in the past month, everybody north of us has been getting some cold weather, and all that cold water is going to get pumped down to us. So I'm expecting to see a 10, 15 degree water temperature drop at least versus last time I was on the river. I was in the low mid 80s last time I was out. So I'm expecting low 70s at least.
Yeah, we were somebody was on the water a couple of days ago, and he said the water temp was 69, I believe.
Yeah.
The pool he was in. Shanti says he's got a house full of Yankees here for his son's wedding this weekend.
Whoa. Party time.
Yeah.
Shanti is going to show them how we do it here. How we do it. And hopefully they can keep up. That's all I can say. Just hopefully they can keep up.
There we go. Zach was out on the water last night, and he said 68 degrees. So yeah.
That water doesn't warm up a whole bunch by the time it gets down here. It really doesn't. It's that water's moving a lot faster than what the air temperature does. I promise. So now from what he's saying, should be seeing some temperature drops. Low river temperature drops. That should be. If I wasn't in the fall pattern before, I should be now. And we are expecting big things.
Well, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with this is, we deal with higher water. Our water, when I checked yesterday, it was up 7 feet over normal pool. And that's high for this time of year, but it's, that's not crazy for us. Now you're dealing with, like you said, record lows. What does that mean? What's that mean for you as far as, planning for upcoming, this weekend fishing? I know that you were having issues with even finding ramps to get into the river. And before the show, we talked about you found a ramp that you could use.
Yep. I got a ramp that I thought I wouldn't be able to use. It's usable, no problem. It's 10 miles upstream than the normal fishing grounds I like to fish. That's no problem at all. I can cover that. We're good. 10 miles is better than the 30 I was looking at.
What? Hang on. I was trying. There we go.
Technical difficulty.
No,
I'm making a couple of assumptions because the river is still falling, but very slowly. It's not bottomed out just yet. It's still coming down just a little. And I'm making a couple of assumptions that the fish don't have many other places to go other than the main channel and directly off of it. So my first focus is going to be on those really, and it's not just deep holes. It's actually, it's two separate hard outside bends. The entire outside bend is average, probably still 90 to 100 feet right now. Because normally it's about 130 feet. So I'm thinking it's 90 to 100 right now. And in that hard outside bend on that ledge, it's got some interesting structure. It's got some holes in it, some humps. It's got places where some old logs are piled up. I'm really thinking the fish are going to be a little more stacked in those areas than what I normally see, simply because they don't have many other places to go.
Well, I can tell you for as skinny as some water gets, you'd be surprised. For instance, watching Mark the other night, he was like, "Oh, I just found some deeper water. They're in the channel. It's 6 feet." Like,
yeah.
What? He's like, yeah, I wasn't 4 feet. I found a channel here that's 6 feet. I'm like,
yeah,
and it's just relevant to what your area is, kind of like fish.
Yeah.
But, you saying, yeah, they still got room to move, the 50, 60. Well, I don't even have 50, 60. Well, I got some 50. But I don't have 60, 70, 80-foot water, 100-foot water that these fish will ever see. So, when our water goes down, it's totally different, which right before this water shot up like it did, there was. I mean, it was a fantastic time to be on the water and dropping waypoints because it gave away all kinds of secrets, trees that you never saw before, barges that you didn't know was there, boats that you never knew was there.
Yep.
And see what happens is when it gets low like that, out on the let me at the sign up table Saturday, I have some decals for you.
Awesome.
I got you, brother. That's the Dwayne Lewis. So he's one of the ones helping with the event. So
gotcha.
So thanks for stopping it. That's why I opened the Facebook. I seen I was getting comments, but I wanted to know who it was. And now I know. I forgot what I was saying. Squirrel.
It happened.
But we, doing things different here. So, with you not having the flow, not having the current like you're used to having, it's either going to give you more opportunities to do some of the things you don't normally get to do, but it's also going to kind of slow down, like, your bumping activity. I'm sure you could probably still bump. You're just going to be bumping a lot different.
Now, don't get me wrong. When I say the current is slower than I'm used to, it's still probably 2 miles an hour. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fixing to go drag baits upriver in the Mississippi anytime soon. Let's not get it confused. And normally, when I say I'm going to that super deep water, it's not really the fact that it's so deep, but to find structure, and what I mean by structure, to find the sheer ledges, those real steep ledges we like to fish, the humps, the holes, the bottom contours that you would normally find blue cats in. That's where we find them is in those really deep waters. Anything 50 foot or less so far that I've seen is flat and featureless. It's just, because normally when you get that shallow, you're on a piece of a sandbar somewhere, and it's like the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. It's just flat, featureless, nothing to see, nothing to hold fish. To find bottom contours, to find structure, that's normally where we find it, is in that deeper water.
I will say that just because it's flat and as a pancake doesn't mean it doesn't have anything that will hold fish. We suspend drift super flat areas that have mixed gravel and some wood here and there, and that's a big mussel bed. And even though on the sonar it looks flat as a pancake, like you said, it looks like the bottom of the ocean, what does hold them there is the mussels. And I don't know what zebra mussels and what mussels population looks like down there, and just how much of zebra. A lot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So got them. Like normally we see them because of the current. Normally you'll see them on the backside of any piece of wood structure you've got in that water. That's where you see them. It'll be solid on the downstream side. Because they I guess they can't hold on in the current, but they're all on that backside. That's normally where we see them at.
Yeah, and and you think that they don't move much, but I could tell you that near one of the power plants we fish here on the Ohio River, they have blowers, jets, that it's on a timer. I think it's every 10 minutes. It will blow the water straight up in the air. If you get your boat on top of it, it'll flip you over. And it has big signs that says stay back or whatever. And, honestly, we were new to the area and we just kept wondering, like, what the heck is that doing that for? We thought, the the factory or something was blowing air out, or was releasing gases or oxygen or something. You know what it is? They're blowing zebra mussels off the inlet screens. That's the freshwater intake into the plant. Every 10 minutes, they have to blow the zebra mussels off of the screen, or they will clog it up. I was like,
it gets
really?
solid. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, really? 10 minutes, and they can start collecting that quickly? Yeah, they move more than I thought. I thought,
apparently so.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's what's happening. If you're ever down Aberdeen on the Ohio River, that area, yep, Warpeg knew what it was, blowing mussels off. Yep, same thing. And the only reason I know that now, well, if I would have asked around, I would have figured it out. But Zach and I were dragging that area, and there was a lot of fish in the area. There was a lot of mussels in the area, and we got close to that. And we weren't dangerous, but we didn't. We was up there kind of close, and I think we might have been looking at the signs. And the guy walked up on the bank and says, "Hey, you guys might want to get out of there." And we're like, "Yeah, what the heck's going on?" He said, "That's." Yeah, it freaks you out. They shoot straight up in the air. I mean, I'm not like the stream. I'm talking as big as your boat. Big pop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is it safe to say that when they do that once every 10 minutes, that those fish ain't just downstream of that?
Yeah, and that's
picking mussels off.
In this situation, unless we've got a lot of flow, there's like no flow over there. And which is why there's all these mussels. So I think that
they may be around
probably
it. Cool.
Yeah, they might be all around it. Picking up, because I'm sure there's a little bit of flow that blows the mussel clear to the top of the water. It'll take a minute to get back down to the bottom.
Yeah,
but that's also a really good area to drag because there's so much. There's no flow. There's tons of mussels, and and then you got that blower blowing mussels. But I be honest with you, until that guy told us that, I had no idea that mussels even really move that much. I'm thinking like,
yeah, I know, right?
Like eventually, like once a month, you got to blow that thing off to keep them up. No, every 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Wow.
10 minutes. And
I'm
not saying it shoots like 50 feet up in the air, but it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It'll definitely get your attention. I have to find video of it. I've got video of it because when I first saw it, I was perplexed. I was like, what in the world's going on here? And then I realized, this is just something they do.
I know during the spring here, when the water really comes up good and starts flooding, like all in the willow trees and everything that's high and dry right now, that's what'll happen. Those little mussels will get all up in them trees, all up in the woods. And I've never heard it for myself, not yet, but I've had a bunch of commercial fishermen tell me that, especially like earlier in the morning, right at daylight, if it's real quiet by those trees, you can actually hear those catfish pop, pop, pop. They're actually like popping those trees, eating those mussels off those trees, and you can hear them all up in that flooded timber. You can hear them feeding in there.
And it's just kind of neat because if you pay attention to, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. Stonefly says zebra mussels help clear up Lake Erie from the way it used to be.
Okay.
Roger thought it was, I was sitting there throwing bait at it, and I thought it was just a big fish fart.
Yeah, big fish.
But no, the reason I bring it up is, just because it's that little subtlety, right? So there's this spot on the river where they blow the mussels off the screens, and that could create a feeding opportunity for fish. And as we all know, that fish have to feed, they're opportunist feeders. During different stages of the year and of their life cycle, they're a little more likely to chase and seek bait than they are to set themselves up in a prime position to have bait come to them. This is one of those situations. Just like right now, I know down in the South, you guys are pretty much done loading up your grains, right? The grains are all being loaded up in your granaries, and you're done.
Yep.
We haven't even pulled crops here.
Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, I bet probably 96% of the crops are out the field right now. We're almost, harvest season's almost over for us.
There we go. Parker said,
Yep,
"Oh, you got it."
You were clicking on the same one I was. Yep, I saw it too.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Build scaffolding in the water intakes and powerhouse all the time. Drain it down. There'll be thousands of zebra mussels on the walls.
Yep, I'll bet.
Which kind of goes back to being faster than I thought they were. Hey, there's Dark 30. What's up, brother?
Going on,
Thanks for stopping in. But see, that's the reason why I mentioned is because you pay attention to all the little subtle things throughout the seasons. Things happen. You know, a bloom. You know, the mayfly hatch is an opportunity. Yep. Loading of the grains is an opportunity. Finding a blower that's blowing mussels off of the screens and allowing mussels to be free and not to be, you know, they don't have to pick them off of wood and pick them off of gravel. I'm sure that's a preferred way to eat them. And so paying attention to all these subtle things. And what I was getting at earlier, when the water is extremely low, like it is, you know, when there's something sticking up in the water and it's way under the water, you might maybe get a ripple effect on down from it, but it's probably not going to catch your attention. But when that water gets down to these crazy levels and now the water's here and that water's hitting that, and all of a sudden there's a ripple there and that got your attention. And paying attention to those little details will, you know, just kind of take that to the next level for you and allow you to seek out different areas and seek out different opportunities that may be present in your area that you didn't know was there. Because we all know that, you know, like I'm sitting there thinking about this tournament coming up this weekend. You know, I've got like 40 boats in this thing, and most of these guys are pretty fluent on this body of water. So I'm like, oh yeah, where are they going to go? I know where I would go. This spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot. Well, guess what? Everybody knows those spots. Well, you know, a lot of places are like that. Everyone knows. Yeah,
exactly. There's not as many secrets as what people think there are. That if this secret spot that you think you got and nobody knows about, I doubt it. There's other people that know about it.
Yeah, here's another good one here. Parker says mulberries falling in the water. Yeah,
you better believe it.
Yep. And so, you know, there's always with the seasons change. The opportunities change. Now I'll tell you something I've never had any luck with. Catawba worms.
I have for brim. I've never caught a catfish on one.
People around here go nuts for Catawba worms. They swear that they're the bee's knees when it comes to catching catfish, and I've taken plenty of them. I may have caught a channel cat on one or something, but I've never had the success people talk about.
I've never caught a catfish. I've caught plenty of brim on them, but not never. Of course, I've never actually tried to go catfishing with them. I'll say that too, in all fairness. But brim, yes, because they're very hard to get off the hook.
Oh, there we go. Zach says for channel cats, yeah. And that might be the desired the target species when they talk about the Catawba worms.
Yeah. Oh, and I see Danny Stone's comment, and I'm thinking, Danny, are you still doing your deal at 8 o'clock, or were you not ready to do that? I figured being he's in chat, I'm gonna say no, because he was thinking of premiering a video at 8 o'clock tonight, but being he's in chat, he might not be. But I figured I'd ask.
I think he was planning on it, and I forgot about 8, and then you know you guys' time zone difference.
Yep. Well, 8 hours.
Yeah, 8 your time. Danny says he is ready.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I've been hearing about this video for the past couple of days. It's
hey, somebody drop the link here in chat, and
yes,
you know I'm going to. Unfortunately, it looks like Joey is not going to make it tonight, and we will have him back on just to have him as a guest because he's a fantastic dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll reschedule.
But if somebody wants to drop Danny's link, I say we shut her down and send the whole party over to Danny's channel.
Yes,
and get some views. That's part of being the part of the community is we take care of each other and help each other out. And as much as I could sit here and talk for who knows how long, we're going to wrap it up. Once I see the link in chat, if you guys want to go over and check out Danny Stone's channel and check out his premiere video. That'll be awesome. Kevin Walters, he's down south right now. He's also going to be fishing this tournament that we were talking about earlier. That's all Ray Danny. That's what I'm talking about. As soon as I see the link here, we'll shut things down. We'll continue talking. We'll just do it over there on his channel. Help get him some views. And
we'll continue the party over there.
He's did some editing on this video, so which is something he don't do very often. So bam, there it is. There's the link.
That's it, guys.
Let's all head over to Danny's channel. We'll catch you guys here next Tuesday night. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night, y'all.
Bon pêcher, everybody.
There you go. I wasn't going